Autism does not look the same in girls as it does in boys. So I will admit that a lot of the stereotypes, a lot of the misconceptions I had going into this were stereotypes. And I thought, I had that stereotypical idea that autism is boys who play with trains and are kind of awkward to be around, right? But it presents so differently. It's called spectrum for a reason. There's so many different presentations of autism. And people on my channel have heard me say this a lot, but if you've met one autistic person, you've met one autistic person. So girls in particular, well, what I mean by that phrase is, everyone has their own experience. So autism can't be defined for one person and mean the same thing for all autistic people. There are certain common experiences that we'll talk about in these videos. Um, but yes, it definitely presents differently in girls. Um, Girls are often socialized in much different ways where we have different social expectations placed on us. And so rather than letting our struggles come to the surface, a lot of times girls and women will suppress our challenges, will suppress our struggles so that it doesn't look like we're struggling on the outside because we're not supposed to be, right? We're supposed to have little social circles and we're supposed to host and entertain or, be sweet and kind. And, um, you know, boys and men can definitely have some of these same experiences. I'm speaking in some generalities here, but generally speaking, girls are brought up under much different social expectations. And so a lot of times you'll see with girls and also with minorities, but I don't have experience to speak on that other than what I've learned and researched. But it comes out in different ways based on what we feel is appropriate to share, which is a very big part of autism, is masking things that don't feel socially appropriate. So it makes sense that girls and minorities would have a lot of differences here. Um, so for these types of people groups, it might appear that we are lower support needs. Maybe you've heard that phrase before, lower support needs or high masking. And what that means is that we work really hard so that other people don't know that we're struggling. But I generally feel that lower support needs are high masking individuals. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're less autistic than other people. Maybe it just means that we've gotten better at concealing it. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Okay. Well, now they know.